All right, Dr. Ron England here with EGN3443 Probability and Statistics for Engineers, and this is one of the bonus lectures talking about Six Sigma because, well, it has to do with statistics, and I promise to keep this one short. So, what is Six Sigma? Well, Six Sigma means 6 standard deviations away from the mean, which is a long way. In terms of Six Sigma and the way that it's applied here, it actually means 3.4 defects per million in the sample. That's a lot. It was created by Motorola back in 1986. And 3.4 million defects per million is a small amount, which means that you're never going to get 100% perfection, but it's damn close. So, there's a framework for this. The DMAIC framework. And that's actually kind of important for Six Sigma. Define the problem, collect data and measure, analyze it and get the root cause, improve it, and then you create a sustainable system where you actually are constantly improving. Okay, and it's really fundamental to the whole concept of Six Sigma. To get to that low level of defect, you can't just say, hey, we're going to get really low. You've got to have a framework by which you're going to do it. So that's kind of important. Now, for Six Sigma, there's a number of belt levels for the Six Sigma, starting with white belt, which is a basic understanding, and then working your way all the way up to an expert, which is really the black belt. That's an improvement expert. The sponsor, the champion, isn't necessarily a belt level. You're really talking about one, all the way up to being up to that top level, and then going the next level to the master black belt. Really, what does it take? The top levels really do take some serious time in the job to get good at it because it requires projects. And yeah, I got 4 to 6 weeks plus experience. That's 4 to 6 years of experience to get to that level. But yeah, I'm really bad at sometimes putting in the time things. But yes, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. You've got some serious experience when you get to black belt and master black belt. Now, I'm going to go over these pretty quickly. You can read the knowledge and skills because that's really what's important there, is knowing what you need to be able to do. So white belt being the entry level, fundamentals, and process mapping being the biggies. Let's move on to yellow. And that's where you really start getting into the DMAIC process going and knowing how to put flowcharts together, knowing the quality, and actually being able to do some of the root cause analysis, which is really in there. This is also includes information about lean principles. And yes, you've got exams that go with these. The quality tools that you need to know. And I'm not going to go and spend a lot of time on these because they're in this class and other classes. Histograms and scatter diagrams being in my class, Pareto charts being in some of the others, cause and effect diagrams, control charts, and flow charts, you will catch out of the other classes within the program. But you're going to learn all these. And by the time you get to senior design, you're going to have seen all of these. Green belt. Oh, my fonts are horrid, but you have a high, basically just moving up from yellow belt. And then this is what I really wanted to get to. Now you're getting into some significant levels of skills that you need to have. Notice that you've got in those advanced skills things like hypothesis testing, correlation, and regression analysis. I point this out because it's some of the things that you learn in this class. And you also need to have a level of proficiency with statistical software. Some of the statistical software that's used are Minitab and JMP. If you're familiar with using the tools that are in Python, you're going to find that both of those tools are really actually quite easy to use. But we don't use them in this class because they cost money. And I can get you Python and all those Python libraries, which do the same thing, by the way, for free. Now we're getting into the big stuff, into black belt. Here you're really looking at some experience, typically a minimum of 3 years experience with a bachelor's degree. You actually do a real training But the biggie in this one is that you have a fairly significant exam and you actually have to complete and document projects. So there's a big change when you get to that level. There's some advanced competencies that go with that, and it's more than just understanding the statistics that are involved and how to apply the statistics. There's also understanding the business itself and things like product maintenance and some other theories. Not going to go into them. You can read it, but that's getting to the, it's really taking to the next level. The thing about this is that you are, at this stage, you should be a significant contributor to the overall productivity of your organization. That's part of what this is all about. And it really is developing the culture of how you're going to have a continuous improvement in the industry. I'm keeping my eye on the clock because I'm going to try to get this in under 10 minutes. The expertise, again, everybody here is capable of reading, but it does include roles in leadership and strategy. Those are important, being able to develop a strategic approach to what it is that you're doing or making. Champion, which is really a leader here, they're the executives who are sponsoring these initiatives, because when you're going to go for this type of training and you have to do projects to reach the level of black belt and master black belt, you have to be involved in real projects. You need to have somebody who's actually going to be involved in making sure that you have the capability of doing these things and you have the resources to do what you are saying that you're going to do, which, because it does involve actually applying DMAIC. I just want you to know that there are some organizations that are important here. ASQ, which, if you don't know ASQ, American Society for Quality, that is a professional society. International Association for Six Sigma Certification and Council for Six Sigma Certification, because these are certified. This is a true certification. Here's your progression. This one actually has the units, not days. It has it right. How long does it take to get to those expert levels and those advanced levels? You're talking about a progression of multiple years, but there's a starting point and there is a capstone point, which is that expert level. Now, the investment, which is actually quite important here, because the investment of the individuals in this usually pays off. In fact, it's been documented to pay off tremendously. What you actually get back for what's put in, and having these people at these levels that can improve the processes that occur. Let's see, what do you need to be successful? The technical knowledge, the ability to manage projects, to understand the business itself, to understand how to manage change, good communication capabilities, and leadership. Those are all of them. And it looks like I'm going to hit my goal here of my Six Sigma goal of being under 10 minutes. I just want you to understand that there is a progression that is built on top of what we've learned in this class, and you have and certifications where you can apply this. So this course is the start. This is going to get you going towards that level of certification and improvement in your contribution to where it is that you're actually working. Thank you very much. I hope that this was useful to you. I've got for my class all the information, all the notes, all the details about how to go through the entire process are included in the lectures inside of my class. So thank you very much. Goodbye.